gur mai go dan a focail jazz sin. A gine úsle, be an garta mór an tabaiste is smó a dalín munche na hhéireann. Idir 825 agus 850, Jerry le os cion milliún duine cara móra na tíre seo hahainte ma. Nua Aurach, Philadelphia agus go háirithe an seo a Boston. In ainean go raibh aspa sciliana agus aspa idithas, tinnis agus galar orthu, tugu jíide an dóibh. In Boston an seo, Huckry Alan de winter na hhéireann san North End. Agus cé go raibh siad beo bocht, Jerry leo, jobbanna a ail ar na dogana, agus le himach damsere hanig fios an seal. Lean an ghilta agus a garde ag glún a né glúna, go dí go raibh na hhéireannaí an líon is smó imirce sa chathair seo. Céad bliain ó hin, bhí beag na 500 duine ó Clonmani má fariste héan a gundigun an al in Boston. Agus bhainigh siad the Clonmani Association of Greater Boston hon séipil an fariste a dheisciú. During his historic visit to Ireland in 1963, President John F. Kennedy, speaking to an enthusiastic crowd in Galway, said, "As I look out across the Atlantic, I can see on the docks in Boston O'Flaherty's, O'Malley's and Doherty's." Well, I myself come from O'Doherty country, from the Inishowen Peninsula in County Donegal, and almost 100 years ago, in 1910, the Dohertys and the McLaughlins, the Devlins and the McColgans, and other families from my parish who settled here in Boston, formed in Charlestown the Clonmani Association of Greater Boston to help with the renovation of the old Clonmani Chapel. In his address to the congregation at the dedication ceremony in 1913, the parish priest, Father Maguire, acknowledged the contribution of the emigrants in Boston and paid tribute to them with the following words: "The help given by the exiles from Clonmani residing in Boston leaves me under an enduring sense of gratitude. How I wish I had words to give expression to my feelings on this matter. The readiness with which they took up the unpleasant task of raising money, the powers of initiative and organisation shown, and their success in gathering together so large a sum, reflects their abilities, religious zeal, generosity, remembrance and love for the parish of their origin. They formed their committee, enlisted the generous support of nearly all the people in Boston connected with the parish, and forwarded to me on close on £500 sterling. A lot of money then. Many of these Clonmani families who contributed to the chapel fund lie in this cemetery alongside the children who died during the famine. It's my great pleasure to be here today, and I wish to thank the Charleston Historical Society for their invitation to represent the Clonmani people on this historic day. Is mór liom an corú seo a ail ó Common Star at Charlestown, agus is cúis a his dúsa a bheith láthair san rilig seo a Bunker Hill. Ach a bhfuil na mílte as gach condaí in dhearn curtha, go háirithe páistí óga a furbás lílinn gárta. Go dogí dia suamhnas sirí sna fleithis dóibh go léir. Gur maith agah.
Thank you so much, Marius, and your wife Nora for joining us for this event. We went to Sully's last night, had a pint, Only one. What Marius has not told you is that history repeated itself in these past 2 weeks, when the people from Clonmany Parish contributed, with Marius's intercession and help, contributed $700 for the memorial that we'll be unveiling today. Please welcome the new General Counsel for Ireland General Counsel of Ireland for Boston and New England, Mr. Michael Lonergan. Welcome to Boston and welcome to Charlestown.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bishop Hennessy, Father Mahoney, Mr. Mayor. I'm never quite sure whether church or state should come first in these occasions, but as we're on church ground, I'll beg the Mayor's indulgence. Representative Faraday, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be here on such a wonderful day. The organisation and the whole ceremony has been absolutely magnificent. I'm particularly impressed with Father Mahoney's ability to control the weather and to get the Irish weather out of the way yesterday. But looking at the clouds here behind me, I'm just wondering if maybe we need to put more coins in the meter. It was a famous Irish-American, Henry Ford, who said that all history is bunk. Of course, Mr. Ford was from Cork, and they normally feel they have the last word on these occasions. But of course, he may know something about building cars, but he was wrong on that. And an occasion like this reminds us of the importance of remembering the history of our community here in Boston. I've only been here 3 weeks, and what a 3 weeks they have been. But particularly the week before last, as I was here for Senator Kennedy's funeral and the magnificent coverage that most distinguished of Irish Americans received. And I think it's also important in the context of much of the coverage of Senator Kennedy and his role in this great country, to remind ourselves where Senator Kennedy's forefathers and a lot of our own forefathers started out, that they started in a more difficult and challenging place, and that the achievements that the Irish community here in Boston, in Massachusetts, indeed in the entire United States have achieved, should always serve to remind us too of where they started from. I think an occasion like this is a wonderful opportunity for us all to reflect on that. I would congratulate all those who have been involved in putting this together, in particular the sponsors, the organising committee. This is my actually second visit to Charlestown, because last Monday, Labour Day, I took my 2 boys up to show them Bunker Hill and climbed the tower. It's a long way up, I can tell you. With a 3.5-year-old doesn't want to come back down again. But as my second visit to Charlestown, I assure you it won't be my last. Thank you very much indeed. Garmil Margaret.
Thank you, Consul General Lonergan. In the fall of 2005, when we were planning and begin to produce the documentary film, The Green Square Mile, we're having a great deal of difficulty raising money. And I ran one day into Mayor Tom Menino, and I explained the situation to him. And 3 weeks later, we received the largest single contribution of any public or private entity to produce the film. And I never had the chance to thank you, Mayor, publicly. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Tom Menino.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you all for being here. Bishop Hennessy, Father Mahoney, other religious folks who are here with us. And I want to thank the committee for leading the fundraising efforts to for this memorial. And just look where it's placed. Look at your right. Look into the harbor, as some of these people might have came through the boats. And this Celtic cross will shine over that harbor in future years. More importantly, I want to say thank you to the 600 Charlestown families who have so graciously gave to make this event today. It really shows the strength of this community, and I just want to make everybody understand, my wife's a townie. She was born here. She lived here. I think she went to this church, Father Mahoney. Those contributions way back when. Bishop Hennessy, thank you for always being there. And I've been with you in the last few weeks in different ceremonies and different cultural communities of Boston. And he's a real individual who brings people together. That's so important in our church today. Father Mahoney, thank you for spearheading this initiative. And thank you for all 40 years of service to St. Francis de Sales and the Charlestown community. The Irish Famine was one of the most devastating periods in our world's history. Thanks to the committee and all of you, today we honor the children who perished during that famine as well as those who survived and made this country their home. Boston is also the greater today for what they gave our city, what their descendants continue to give. The Irish tradition in Charlestown is one of Boston's greatest stories. I'm proud that this beautiful Celtic cross will serve as a lasting reminder of the sacrifices that made and continue to be made in this city, in this country. And I just want to say it's always great to be in Charlestown, but also, you know, I'm the only person with a vowel who's speaking today. Now, I have to talk about my stuff. I've been to Ireland more than most of you folks out there. And I just want to say when President Clinton had the peace accord, I was one of the individuals he chose to spend 12 days in Ireland, making sure that the American companies over there knew that the relationship between America and Ireland will always be the same. And it was a great journey for me to spend all that time over there, just visiting all the American countries over there, being with all those folks from those different boroughs and parts of Ireland. And I just want to say to all of you, thank you for making this happen. It's so important that we maintain our history, because our kids don't understand how tough it was 40, 50, 60 years ago. That's one of the things we're losing out in, is the history of where we came from, of how America was built, and by maintaining this Celtic cross behind us, the kids will be able to come here with their parents and their grandparents, to be able to explain to them about the Irish famine. It's so, so important. That's how we continue to build a strong America and a stronger city. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Menino. One of our dearest friends in this town. At every single opportunity, every time we need help, no matter what it is, he's always there. Our state representative, Eugene O'Flaherty.